And welcome back to the Geeks Hideout Radio Online.
Yes, my name is David Beat. It is now 9:15 in the evening. That's Manila Standard Time. Once again, I'm with the Sly Guy, and together with the
Zach,
Sly Guy is another guy, your guy for
the
tonight, the
lightsaber
Lightsaber
guy.
Guy.
Yeah.
Sly Guy,
Yeah.
All right.
let's get things started.
Hmm.
Introduce him to us furthermore, and start to interrogate him.
Oh, yes. Right. So he's a Star Wars enthusiast and he sells lightsabers and he also organizes lightsaber duel tournaments
Yeah, yeah.
here in the Philippines. Okay, this is Mr. Lightsaber guy. So, hi, good evening, sir. Just a quick question. When did you start getting into Star Wars?
Um, I've always been a Star Wars fan. But with regards to the lightsaber industry or the custom saber industry, it started around 5 years ago. Um, we had this company activity outside of Manila. Then part of the activity there was to do a like a cosplay thing there. Then of course, being a Star Wars fan, I wanted to go as a Jedi. So what I did, I bought a Hasbro lightsaber. So the ones that you see off the shelf on retail stores, on toy stores. And I bought one of those. Then I put on a quick Jedi robe um, costume. Then I went as a Jedi in the um, company activity. But when I was trying to find similar people who had interest in lightsabers, I found a small community that were enthusiasts of what we call dual grade lightsabers, the ones that you can
Hmm.
actually hit other sabers with, because the ones on the retail shelf, when you hit it, it will break. So there was a small committee that
Ah,
they
yes.
really
Well,
do they really do choreographed duels. They do even the combat scenarios and even tournaments. But it was a very niche and a very small group. So I went there. I came in and I found a need for people to actually how the need for people to purchase these products, because there are no locals, or there were no local suppliers of those kinds of sabers before. So I thought, why not
hmm.
offer that service to the community. No, so that's when I started in April 2016. 2017 pala, 2017. April 2017. So I started the brand. I brought in some affordable lightsabers, to make it more accessible to most of the people or most of the industry. Because, of course, being something that is, I don't know, very different and very niche, it kind of um, asked for a high price before. But
Hmm.
when, of course, technology always evolves and China always comes in,
Oh,
so
yes.
prices, and it's electronics products naman, by nature, the prices of that go down when the players, especially the China players, come in. So I found a factory within China, no, to that I can get the products in. Aside In line with that, so of course, after you actually sell those products, after sales service is important, and a community where people can actually use these things are important as well, for them to thrive, for them to
Hmm.
practice what they have bought, yeah, or use what they have bought. So yeah, so from that
Hmm. Right, right.
time on, so we have been always doing this activity every week before the pandemic. No, every weekend the groups meet together and kind of hang out and use the lightsabers in public places, in BGC, in Alabang, sometimes in Pasig. So yeah, but yeah, that's where when the pandemic hit, no, it kind of mellowed down. But that's in a nutshell, that's what I've been doing for the past 5 years with lightsabers, servicing the community.
By
Oh,
the way,
okay.
sir,
Very good.
from our page, you can share this to your page. so your friends can watch.
Sure, sige nga pala. Good thing. Kasi like, sabi ko na alam ko may gagawin ako, eh. I was supposed to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, no problem. We're gonna send that to you. I'm just five at here. Okay,
Send
Yeah.
him
and
the link.
yep, we're gonna
The
send the
link of the
link
live,
real
hindi yung the
soon.
link of StreamYard.
Of course, of course.
Yes,
Wag yung
yes,
not
of
the link of the
course.
StreamYard, of course.
Huwag yung StreamYard because we're gonna have additional guests if or if we're gonna have a surprise guest if we
Surprise.
send the
Yeah, yeah.
StreamYard link.
Mr. Lightsaber
Surprise!
guy, ha, who are, can you give us an idea how influential Star Wars is in the Philippine geekdom community? Are there young celebrities who participated once, or did you have any inter-school tournaments? Share us
Ah,
more about that.
well, influence. Well, first I'll answer your first question. How influential Star Wars is to the geekdom? No, I would say it's a big chunk of influence, within the community because, um, there are a lot of people that, this is pop culture. Star Wars has been ingrained in the pop culture for the past 40, 50 years, almost 50 years. So the notions of lightsabers, the notions of, the Force and everything has been used not only within the Star Wars community but also in other pop culture references. No, so, it has been ingrained in such a way that, people use this colloquially. People use this on a normal basis or an everyday basis when they refer to something as, when it comes to the geekdom community, and it has been used. No, some of the concepts have been used in anime, in other movies. So it's there. So it's very influential. When you mention about, how what's the reach of Star Wars, especially if you're talking about, for example, celebrities, and such. I'll give you some of my, I know, some of my experiences. When I've been doing this, for 5 years, I've participated in different events like your cons, about your Asia Pop Comic Cons, your Toy Cons, and etc. People from all walks of life come there. Even the less celebrities come there, not only just to perform or to be a guest to the event, but they also go around the stalls or the booths, no, to check out the merchandise. And I've met some celebrities naman, one of which I made a friend, no. So I'm sure you know about, who Mark Abaya is, no. So
Oh yeah.
the soloist of, Kwan.
I'm
So
a fan.
yeah, you're a fan.
Mhm.
So if you browse through the page, those, he has been a supporter. I've met him during one of the Toy Cons. He was supposed to perform there in
Mm.
Toy Con, and he did naman. He performed in Toy Con. Then, we met together, and I actually, gave him one kasi sabi ko, kasi he's also a common friend within the community. So nagkakilala kami through dun sa community. Sabi ko, "Oh, hey, I know you're a Star Wars fan. 'Di ba? As a token, 'di ba? Here's a lightsaber for you." So I gave him one. So he was very happy. And I think I can share this story naman. He was so happy with the saber that he took off his shirt kasi he was wearing a Darth Maul shirt.
Hmm?
'Di ba? He took off his shirt and gave it to me.
Oh wow.
That's how happy he was to get a lightsaber, a dual grade lightsaber. So, it was fun. Those are the kinds of people you meet, and there have been more. So, there are people that are celebrities that are within the community. Talaga, yung talagang the lightsaber community. One of which is, if you also know Nino Alejandro. I think he's the cousin of Rachel Alejandro's, nephew,
Mm.
Oh okay.
Haji Alejandro. No? So he was a contestant in The Voice. Tapos he, of course, part of the influential family of the Alejandros. Um, he has been part of the community naman, pero mostly behind the scenes. He does appear from time to time with his face, being shown. But most of them he's in costume talaga. He's in full costume. One time na he was actually Emperor Palpatine with all of
Oh
the
nice.
mask and prosthetics and. So he was there, in one of the events. So talagang ano, he's really into Star Wars. He's really into
Mhm.
going to the cosplays, going around the cons, performing on stage as well. So yun. Yeah, if you've been to the cons, if you've been to the toy cons and such, there's a group that always performs on stage, you know, using their lightsabers, and they'll perform some choreographed moves. Um, they're the ones who are actually they're the same group everywhere when you go to the cons, and they actually get from me. So, so yun naman. Yun nga, the influence of it and the reach of it is vast naman. I'm sure there are other Star Wars fans that are notoriously famous, but I haven't met them yet.
Mhm.
Pero yan, so I'm assuming naman marami talaga yan. So one person that I haven't met personally but I know is a very big Star Wars fan because of the shared connections. So it's ano Jukes from
Showtime. Itchy
no,
worms.
short H
Mhm.
worms. So si Jukes Jugeta is a massive Star Wars fan as well. So I haven't met him. I wish I can meet him sometime.
Mhm.
Pero yun. Yun naman yun that's also the fun of it kasi
Mhm.
you get to meet these celebrities, and when you talk to them, they're actually just as much as a fan as you. So you
Mhm.
get to be, you get to bond, you get to talk about things, and it's diba, it's different when you see them on TV or in the
It gives
screen.
you a moment to equalize.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. And one thing that really interested me in, especially in the lightsaber duels, was
Hmm.
a couple years back. There was this group in Singapore that I'd always watch in YouTube, and
Hmm.
you'd think that there are a bunch of kids just gathering in a skate park. So you'd
Hmm.
think, these kids are gonna do skateboarding. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, they bring out their lightsabers.
Hmm.
Nagdudul na sila doon sa ano. Wow, this is so cool. And then you see people with it's just like the Darth Maul dual saber pero blue yung ano niya instead of red. And then
Mm.
you see people using the cross guard, you see people that different types of sabers talaga, and it's just so fun to watch. Eh. So,
Yeah.
when do you think will the Philippines reach the same enthusiasm as Singapore pagdating sa
I wouldn't.
lightsabers?
Hey, I wouldn't say that we need to reach it. I think we're already there. Kasi
Oh, nice.
um I'm not sure if you're aware din every March or April whenever Earth Day is or Earth R is.
Mm,
No. We usually gathered all of the groups within Manila gather in BGC sa high street in sa high street sa BGC.
mhm,
During that 1 hour that everyone turns off their lights, right?
mm,
So we gather there around 200 to 300 people strong with their
mm.
lightsabers just going around High Street.
Oh, nice.
That's how we actually also promote Earth R.
Oh,
So of
mm.
course it's a good thing because everyone closes their lights and we're all, di ba, our lightsabers are on. So
Yeah,
you'll really see us
it's
naman.
brighter.
So it happens every year, just not this year within the pandemic, but every year we have been doing this. We have done this. The group has done that around what was the last number? Because we number this. I think 16 or 17 already. So 17
Mm.
years already we've been doing this. So matagal-tagal na rin siya. Yeah, it's been a long time since we've been doing this. Since the time that these technologies or these kinds of designs haven't been made yet. It's just flashlights and tubes, no. So yun lang talaga. So you
Oh,
don't
okay.
I don't
Nice.
think we need to reach the Singapore level. I think we're already there. It's just that the
Mm,
availability of these things are just, again, I've been doing this for 5 years. There's a lot of people that still don't know that these exist.
mm,
So it's more of the information, more of the knowledge that these things exist. Singapore kasi has their own manufacturer. And I know that
mm.
I know the manufacturer as well. Uh,
Okay.
I've distributed their product before. It's just a little bit steep because Singapore prices are here and our
Yeah.
prices are here. Yeah.
Okay, so it's really making it more affordable so people can now live their dream of being a Jedi and
Mhm.
having their own lightsaber.
Yeah, and you wouldn't believe the age range. It's not actually the young people who buy this. This is the ones who buy this are the 30-year-olds, the 40-year-olds. These are the ones that were young before who dreamed to get one,
Mhm.
but couldn't. Now that they have the money, that they have the technologies there, that now they're buying everything.
Oh yes. And yeah, it's really cool to actually have one wield one and even get into a duel. So when they because you mentioned that they also do choreographed lightsaber duels.
Hmm.
So do they have do they practice a certain sword style when they duel, or do they
Mm,
just base it off choreography, like a fight
okay,
choreography from
yeah.
the movies?
I'll answer that in two parts. No, first, um, in the Star Wars lore, there are seven forms of lightsaber combat. So, well, we kind of try to understand it and apply the lore to it. No, so form one, form two, up to form seven. Some forms are impossible to do because you need to do some stunts and everything.
The Yoda form where
You
he
need to yeah
spins.
you need to force jump or something. Force that
Hmm.
doesn't But some of the forms, the more basic forms, are similar to what real sword play is. The strikes and the blocks are rooted in the same
Hmm.
thing. Oh, yeah, Matthew. So I saw a comment. Matthew kasi
A
is
saber
also
school.
a saber enthusiast. He's very active in the groups. And so I appreciate him having this comment. No? So love a saber school in the Philippines. Anyway, before I got sidetracked, Arbor ng Kap ni Iron Man.
Cup ni
Yes,
Iron Man.
yes.
Shoutouts to Abeng.
So
uh,
yeah.
pero yun na. So where was I? So yun. So where was I? I forgot. Nawala ako. What was
Ano,
I
ano,
saying?
yung the seven forms.
Yeah, the seven forms. So yeah, okay, the seven forms. To try to apply it, and there's where how we base our at least some of the choreographs that we've been doing in those groups. No, so it's based from there. Then we really meet and do practice. So what if we do this? What if we do that? So then we put it all together. No, that's the choreographed one. If there's a basis to it, it's no way, no. There's really no basis that we copied from.
Mm.
No, we do. There are, however, some. For example, the Obi-Wan Anakin duel, the iconic Episode 3 duel. Uh, that we
Mm.
can copy. Pero
Oh.
that's more of a performance level showing off thing. That hey, we are doing the movie thing. But we also do our own, the pairs. For example, we pair up and actually
Mhm.
do some choreographed duos on our own, and share it with the group and see what fits, see what doesn't fit. Then we kind of get together and form something, that identifies the group. So, for
Mm.
example, the Alabang group has their own set already of
Ah.
dual form. So the Pasig group has their own set as well. Then we try to share it
Oh,
with the
okay.
people that comes in. So that's the first part of it. No? So it's based
Mm.
on the seven forms. Then we kind of mash it up together. The second answer that is within the saber combat in itself. As mentioned earlier, it's based on HEMA. It's based on historical European
Mm.
martial arts. So the
Mm.
strikes and the blocks are consistent with how they teach HEMA in the schools, in the gyms, or in the communities within the HEMA community. So we also apply that, but that's more on the tournaments, on the point systems, because choreographed duels are mostly just strikes and flourishes.
Mm.
For the HEMA, it's really point system. When you hit someone, it's a point. Uh, or so that's how we do it.
Ah,
I
okay.
have a
So it's
question
point system.
Yes.
about the material of the lightsaber.
Hmm.
If my lightsaber clashes with yours,
Uh huh.
uh, how does it affect each other regarding the impact?
Um.
In most toys, an
Uh
impact
huh.
like that can destroy the material. Eh. And
Ah.
if it's a tournament, there's a tendency to to create a strong impact
Yeah.
against each
So
other?
that's actually a very good question. There are two answers to that as well. So yeah, I reached out behind me and I got a saber.
Oh.
No, so I have a wall of sabers, but I need to fix that. No, but yeah, that's my supposedly wall of sabers. Um, but there are, well, there are multiple kinds of sabers, but I'll break them down in two. No, so what we call stunt sabers is this, like this one. It's just basically light. It's a flashlight. So
Mhm.
the LEDs here, then it throws the light here in the blade, and
Ah,
without
okay.
sounds, without everything. So it's just battery, LED, then tube. No,
So what's the tube made of? Is it glass or something more
polycarbonate,
durable? Polycarbonate. Oh,
polycarbonate.
okay.
So it's really durable. No,
Oh,
so
okay. Yes.
I'll show you how durable it is later. But
So
yeah,
it's
so
like a glow stick.
yeah, for
Ah, okay.
for all intents and purposes, this is a glow stick.
Oh,
Yeah,
for the
so
rave party goers.
this one you use if you want to really hack it with other people to minimize the electronics that are inside. So it does two
Mhm.
things. No, one, it kind of reduces the risk of you breaking whatever electronics it is inside because it's minimal.
Mhm.
Number two, it kind of saves battery because you only need to power the LED. For the other sabers that have sounds, you have to power the sounds. No, so it kind
Mm.
of drains the battery as well. So if you want to go to cons, or you want to go to what whichever places you want to go, that you want to display the saber for a very long time, you use stunt sabers.
Mm, okay.
Then there are what we call FX sabers. So these ones have all of the shebangs, the colors. This one usually is just one color. Pala. So this
Mm.
one is stuck in yellow or lime. This is actually lime. Can't just see it
Yeah,
in
that's
the
Ray Saber.
lime. This is lime. No, so this one is an FX saber. It has all of the shebangs, the effects and everything. The sounds are also here. So
Oh, nice.
you bring when you turn it on, yeah. So you get the effect, of a lightsaber. You have when you swing it, so you
Ah,
can hear the
nice.
swing sounds. Uh, Tapos you have your clash sounds. So
Oh, very
when you
nice.
duel with it, tapos you also have what we call a lockup effect.
Ah, cool.
So yeah, so when you actually do hit other sabers, that you can activate the lockup effect, and it has it can change into different colors. Yeah,
Oh,
so
cool.
yeah, so you can do green, you can do red. Where's the red? There's the red. So depends on how you want to use it. So there's the purple, for example.
Oh,
Use the
by the way,
purple.
JP Mateo
Nice.
says, "Yo,
Yo ho ho!
Yo,
Yeah.
what's up, JP? So I was
So
thinking you can become Jedi and Sith in one
yeah,
battle.
yeah. So
Parang ano, when you're angry, you use your anger, and
so
it
hindi
becomes a
naman
uh,
red
talaga
thing.
nasisira pag nagkakatamaan yung dalawang
and
material."
yeah, that's the demo I want to use. No, so kind of limited space, but these are really rated to hit very hard
Wow.
with each other.
Wow,
Wala naman problema.
nice.
Unlike when you buy the Hasbro ones in the stores, when you ha, it's broken.
It's gonna
This
break.
one, this one talaga is not. It's really made for duels. And for those who are curious or interested, you can actually visit our YouTube page to see some of the duels. We videoed some of the duels that we did and how hard we actually hit um, um, each other, or the other
Wow.
saber. No, so that's how durable it is.
How do you determine the winner, by the way? The
For
one with the more burned face or
That's points.
for the combat, yun nga, it depends on the rules and the point system of the combat. Maganda yung red, yes. Sith, because we have cookies.
yeah, how does the point system work?
Yun nga, so it depends on the tournament, depends on the rules, depends on the body governing it. There's no set rules there's no international set of rules naman for duels for lightsabers. However, I think they want to do some kind of an Olympic sport for it, or there has been talk about it, like fencing, no. But it's basically how we're trying to still figure it out, but how we do it is depends on where you hit your opponent. Of course, we use body armor naman. We use armor as much as we can. Depends on where you hit it and how you hit the person. Because we kind of want to incorporate Star Wars flourishes within it. So if you actually if you hit your opponent like when you spin and you hit it, there's actually more points to that than just normal hacking somebody.
Okay, nice. Gusto ko Dark Saber of Mandalore.
Ay,
Oh,
sige,
the
sige. Oh,
Dark Saber. Speaking of
Baka
the
meron ka
Dark
dyan.
Saber, nako,
speaking of,
I was geeking out a while ago when
mm,
I saw it. But sige, Sir JP. Now it's your turn to geek out.
yeah. Speaking of, so you've seen the cylindrical ones. Those are the normal sabers that we have, the cylindrical ones. But of course, Star Wars offers a different kind of lightsaber, called the dark saber. So it's a flat blade. So flat talaga siya. So it's a flat blade that illuminates within this handle. No? So boom, yeah. So so just
Yeah,
turn it
so
on now.
yeah, so basically
Tumatawa ka.
the laser part of it is around the blade. So parang may solid blade siya na may laser around it, making it
Oh,
more
but
durable than ano.
Uh, this one is actually also polycarbonate. This is also polycarbonate. This one is just there's a black coating to this part so that light will not reflect on it or not pass through it. So the only
Oh,
light
nice.
that pass through it is within these edges. But it's basically just still a flashlight. You know,
Oh, okay.
flashlight lang naman siya. But this one, when you put it, this the light travels to the edges. Hmm. So patayin natin yung actually napatay natin yung ring light para makita.
Yeah, it's
Yan.
oh
Much better.
nice.
Diba?
So cool.
Yeah. So
Man.
that's how the dark saber is. So this is what we call a baselit saber, because the light is in the base. There
Yes.
are versions of the dark saber that has the LEDs here, no, on the edges, but that's hella expensive. so
Oh yes, yes. I know.
so I haven't bought one for myself. So yeah, baka kasi magalit si Mrs. Eh. So yeah,
Why do
stop
you
mo
make
na.
one for yourself since gumagawa kayo?
Um, mahirap siya gawin eh kasi you have to it's basically either a polycarbonate sheet or an
Ah,
acrylic
okay.
sheet that you need to make first. Then dalawang sheet siya kasi you need to sandwich it together.
Mm.
Ano wala si Sir ano?
Ano, wala si Sir David Beat.
Uh, so you need to sandwich it together so that because you need to install the LEDs on the sides. Eh. So it's kind of hard to do without the proper equipment and without the proper investments as well. So there are there are manufacturers who do that. So I'm just waiting for the normal course of things to happen, which is when China eventually does one. They'll just get one from there.
Oh, okay. Nice. Man, that was the coolest thing I saw all week. The Dark Saber.
Dark
Because I
Saber.
watched Star Wars Rebels
Mm-hmm.
and yung the guy with Ashoka used the Dark Saber once,
Yeah,
but he
si
didn't
ano,
actually. Yeah,
Moff
I think
Tart,
he
Moff
faced Vader
Gideon.
then. Eh. Yeah, when he
Moff
went.
Gideon was the one in the Mandalorian.
Mm,
In Rebels it was si Previous la. Ah, di pala sa Clone Wars pala yun previous la. Then si Satine sa ay sa si Sabine sa Rebels.
sabihin naman dun sa
Sabine Wren.
Rebels.
Hi, there's my
Sabi na rin,
kid.
hello,
Outside
hi.
muna. Daddy's
Oh,
talking
it's
to someone eh.
a
Hello,
youngling.
So
We
dear.
have a
youngling.
youngling, a
Yeah,
Padawan.
I have a saber.
He's your Padawan. Yes.
I have a
Hi
saber.
there, young
Yeah.
Padawan.
Say bye bye. Say bye bye. Hmm. Makulit.
I
Okay,
think he needs
wow.
something.
Wow, nice.
I think he
Hmm.
Yeah,
felt
because
na one of the lightsabers in his room is missing.
maybe he
Wala pa
has
siyang lightsaber. Hirap.
Daddy took it away from me.
yeah, when he gets older, yun na, once he learns
Oo.
the force. So yes.
Mm. Yeah. So marami pa akong sabers actually.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Tama
you
yan,
have
no?
other questions, ba? Of course you
Yeah,
do.
ano eh. Another one eh.
Ah,
How did you feel about
no, ito na.
Rogue One? Because ako eh, yung
Rogue
Rogue
One.
One,
Ah,
as a kid, okay, because I wasn't able to read the comics
mhm,
ng
mhm.
ano. So, as a kid, I always grew up believing that dun sa Rogue One, sila Jin, sila Be, sila Bass, sila the blind guy, all of them, at the
Ah,
end, dun sa pinaka-end ng ano, hindi si Krennic he wasn't Krennic that they were going against. Vader was
aha,
down there, and all of them were fighting him. Tapos
aha,
Vader had his lightsaber, and then he was going against guys with guns, guys with just the regular the staffs, the
mhm,
laser
mhm,
staffs, yung the stormtroopers.
hmm,
But in the movie, it didn't happen. Vader
mhm,
just showed up at the last part, and he was killing the people who had the plans. So,
hmm.
do you feel that they should have used Vader more in the end of Rogue One?
Ako, for me, actually, I feel that they used Vader properly, or they used Vader better there in Rogue One in the movie, because if you, for me, because the story was supposed to be focused on the rebels trying to get the ano nga, the plans for the Death Star,
Mm,
diba? So if you put too much Vader in it, it kind of takes away that focus, no, na the struggle of the people, the struggle of the rebels, then
mm.
the also the struggle within si forgot the name. Who was the ano,
See,
si
it
Jen,
also.
si Jin Erso was of course the lead, diba? She was the lead. Si
Mm.
ano, who made ano, who was the one that ano they were going against dun sa movie?
Si
Nawala
General
tuloy.
Krennic.
Yes, si Krennic. So
Yep,
Krennic,
Krennic.
so the struggle within Krennic din kasi within that one is because parang he's a corporate guy. He wants to be
Mm,
recognized. He wants to be, you know. So if you they were building up to Krennic, then you put in Vader there. Nawala yung diba, the focus of Krennic will also be gone. Diba? He was trying to build up
mm,
that struggle to be something relevant.
mm.
So if you kind of take that away by putting Vader too much in there, that would have been, you know, not, I wouldn't like it, yeah. Because that
Okay.
also the way they treat the way they connected Vader to how the Tantic 4, you know, went out, diba? Tantive 4 went out
Mm,
during dun sa space dock, no. So um that kind of connects to episode 4, diba? In that
mm.
way, so that number 1, Rogue One stands alone.
Okay.
Because they just they introduced Vader after everything, eh. They introduced Vader after they got the plans. They introduced Vader after everyone died. So then you connect it to episode 4, so that it stands alone, which is the actual purpose or the actual motive of the filmmakers there, to make it a standalone movie and just, you know, kind of connected to episode 4.
Okay, okay. You see, there was another thing that I saw after Rogue One came out was
Mm-hmm.
an art book, and of course after the Force Awakens, there was an art book that, or I'm not sure if it's even real, because there's an image that came out in the internet that says it's from an art book, which
Mm-hmm.
had the Knights of Ren. The Knights of Ren had a gunner, it had a sniper, it had a person
Mm-hmm.
with a staff. So I was thinking, these people look familiar. Parang these guys are from Rogue One. Then all of a sudden, when we finally get to the end of the Rise of Skywalker, okay, Kylo Ren just kills off his knights just like that, just like they were nothing. So, do you think that they should have built up the Knights of Ren even more to make them more menacing, to make them more of a threat, or parang
Yeah,
were they just fodder for Kylo
yeah,
dun sa last
yeah,
movie?
yeah. I was kind of interested on how they were supposed to build up the Knights of Ren from episode 7. from the start
Mm.
on when um it was, the concept of the Knights of Ren was introduced. Um, I also read the comics where where the Knights of Ren actually started. I don't know if you also read that
Oh, I
movie
didn't
when
read it yet.
there's a comic wherein um Ben Solo was just trying to be was just starting to be turned. He already knew Snoke,
Okay.
but he was starting to be turned already. And Snoke was telling him about, or they were talking about flashbacks of the Knights of Ren. No, so
Mm.
there was actually before Kylo Ren came
Mm.
out, there was already Knights of Ren.
Ah, okay.
So there was a history behind that. So the movie came out, then I read the comic, then suddenly in episode 8, episode 9, nothing. So the build up was
Oh man, that's
yeah.
such a
So
shame because
but that's just one of the things that, for me, as a Star Wars fan, I wouldn't say I'm a hardcore Star Wars fan. I'm sure there are a lot of people that are more hardcore than me.
mm.
But for me, the sequel trilogy was really all over the place.
Ah,
Uh,
yes. I agree.
it could have been better. It was more on the how it was planned and how the story was made. It was made really episode by episode. There was no plans of doing, or here's the 3 episodes. Here's the story from episode 7 to 9. Then
Mm.
we'll build on the story. No, episode 7 was made by a different guy. Episode 8 was made by a different guy. Episode 9 was a different guy. So they're really over the place.
Yeah, because in actually the second movie, the Last Jedi, I
Mm,
was expecting more lightsaber duels between Rey and Kylo, because I was expecting that the entire episode would just be them fighting. But we got that in the last movie, the Rise of
mm,
Skywalker, because for duels na lang, and when they had this cool duel in a ship
mm.
where Ren throws away his saber.
Yeah.
So what that's what I actually wanted in the second film, but it was
Mhm.
more of her training. But although one scene I liked was the one with Luke when they call this he was just when we were trapped in the cave and Luke just came out and then fire when he just goes up and says, wow, Luke Skywalker. Oh my god, I thought that he was Robin. In the end it was an individual. It was a nice twist. I liked that part,
Ah,
but I
ah.
wanted to see more of Kylo and Rey fighting because I know but gonna the chemistry both of them have when they fight, it's like a fight that you'd like to see when it's kind of like it's just kind of like Dooku and Anakin. Parang ganun
Mm,
yung vibes niya eh when you see Rey and Kylo Ren fight.
mhm. Ano lang, it was, as a lightsaber enthusiast, it was kind of a downer lang because we've been used to, at least for my generation, no, we've been used to, hey, from the original trilogy, it was more basic fencing. Then you get
Mm.
the prequels wherein all of these stunts and all
The
of these
prequels were like
moves.
Matrix, ano na.
Oh, and all of
They were
these
jumping around. They were because of course the Matrix came out and all the camera effects were there. So
uh when all of these moves were being done, and say, hey, that's cool, yeah, as a lightsaber guy. Then when you go to the sequel trilogy, just back to the basic hacking. So sabi ko,
yeah, it's back to
Uh,
the basics.
One last question.
sure, sir.
If ever that in our lifetime the Star Wars franchise did not exist or it never existed, what particular franchise do you think would have caught your attention as much as you're giving it to Star Wars right now?
Wow. Um Pang Miss Universe na question.
Mahirap
No, no,
yun
no.
ah.
No, actually.
I probably wouldn't exist as well pagka wala
uh
yung Star
no.
Wars.
Contrary to popular belief, because culturally, sometimes, 'di ba, they pit Star Wars geeks and Star Trek geeks against each other. You know,
Yes.
So
In
that's
fact, I've been
the
looking for the Star Trek community in the Philippines kaso di pa ako nakahanap.
I do know them.
I'm
um,
very much interested to meet them.
sige, I'll give you a contact later. Sure, no. So
And the
um,
Trekkies.
and also again, not much people know this, but I was a Trekkie first before I was a Star Wars fan.
Oh, wow, you were?
So
Seriously?
I still am. So I still am a Trekkie
Nice.
naman. So I'm not sure if I'm just one of the few. I know people that are both fans of the of both franchises, no. Um, but I've rarely seen people like that. But I am a Trekkie din naman for a long time already. Since I you know, admittedly I'm not that much of a fan of the OG Star Trek TV series.
So you're a next generation guy, just
No,
like
I
me.
actually started in the movies, not
Ah,
the TV
movies.
series. So
Ah, okay.
I started Star Trek 3,
Mhm.
yung The Return of Spock, then Star Trek 4, The
Okay.
Voyage Home. I started there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Trekkie, yes. Pero
Star Trek and the Green Lantern Corps.
uh, that's the post Kelvin timeline na eh.
Mm.
Post Kelvin timeline yan. Yeah. So that's the
Crossover.
Kelvin timeline, yeah. Oh. Pero yun nga, Star Trek 3, Star Trek 4, then I went back to Star Trek 1 and Star Trek 2. So that's how when I started, then I went to actually went to Voyager first. Voyager.
Mm,
Then
okay.
the timelines for me are really screwed. So so OG movies, then Voyager, then I went back to Next Generation, then I went to Deep Space Nine. So
Ah, okay.
that's how I did it. So just because there was from my time, no, there was still no repository. Is quiet lang tayo. I still couldn't find the episodes before. So whatever is available in the TV. So Voyage, ganun sa FB Star Trek, yes. So now I know already. Pero before kasi Voyager was being shown in the Hallmark channel and cable, no.
Mm,
So I
yes.
really watch that there. Yeah, usually at night I'll sneak in the living room when my parents are asleep because Voyager was being shown 11:30, I think,
Mm.
in the night. So I'll be there just watching Voyager. Then when internet came and more available channels on where the older shows were being shown, then I watched the Next Generation. I actually just rewatched the Next Generation in Netflix just for the heck of it. So yun. I'm also trekking. So to your question, if it's not Star Wars, might as well be Star Trek. So it's still there naman within me. So hindi naman siya nawawala. So pinractice ko pa before. I always practice this. So hindi na nawawala sa akin to.
Ah, yeah.
Star Trek Philippines. Thank you,
Yeah.
JP.
Yeah, that's the group. And ano, yun nga. So the admin of Star Trek naman within dito sa Philippines also part of the Star Wars community as well. So we also know them naman. So no problem naman.
Yeah. What's the
Kasi
race of war again?
di lagi
Because
tayong may
you
ano
got
eh. Marvel
the
versus DC.
was
Let's
he
try ano
Klingon?
naman.
Klingon ba siya or
Who?
ano? Si
Worf?
Worf.
Worf is Klingon.
Klingon na yun. He's Klingon.
Uh,
Tapos si
Worf is
Spock
Klingon.
naman. I forgot what
Spock is
his
Vulcan.
race was.
It's
Oh,
Vulcan.
Vulcan. Okay, okay, Vulcan. Okay.
Hmm. So yun.
Lagi tayo
So
merong debate ng ano, eh, Marvel versus DC. Gawin naman natin Star Trek
Star
versus
Wars
Star
is
Wars.
ano yan eh. It's ano eh. When it comes to Star Trek versus Star Wars, it's ano eh, Star Trek is more science-y
Yeah, it's
Mm,
than
more
Star
ano
Trek
sa
and
mas ano siya sa science. While Star
tapos
Wars, you've
Star
got the
Wars
Death Star who blows and they blow planets up. So medyo
Star Wars
overpowered yung
Star
but
Wars
ano,
so ano
I find Star Wars more ano, more alienish.
I don't know, magical space wizards. That's what
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
the
magical
term is.
space wizards. I agree. Jedi.
That's how they Star Trek. Pero
By
yeah,
the
Star
way,
Trek. Yes, sir.
everyone who's watching right now, we have a Twitter account. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ito na yung Facebook page namin. And we also have the Walker Street. To those people who are not familiar with the Walker Street, I will do my best to explain to you everything. It's a Filipino-made social media app. It's a travel app and social media platform in one, combined into one.
Hmm.
Download the Walker Street app. On Google Play, it's free. Once na download nyo na, you can use geeks underscore hideout as your referral username. Meaning kami nag-refer sa'yo. Then, upon
Mm,
signing up, you will create your own personal username na walang spaces guys sa underscore pwede yon. And if you introduce the app to your friends to use it, yung username ninyo, yun naman ang gagamitin nilang referral before they create their own username. And that will give you 1 point. 1 point is 10 pesos. Yun ang monetary amount nun. And yung mga referral mo na kaibigan na gumamit ng app, every time na nagta-travel sila at kung halimbawa magbubook sila ng hotel, with the transaction that they made, ikaw yung nag-introduce na app sa kanila, you get a commission. So there, it's an app with similar features of other social media platforms. We have Chikahan for our group chat messaging. Meron ding video call and meron ding yung pan-like namin sa pictures and videos is star symbol. Imbis na yung nakaganyan, star. Tapos pwede rin mag-comment. So again, it's a social media platform and travel app combined into one. All right? And one more thing, meron kaming official Facebook group ng Geekdom community. Let's keep the community alive. Star Wars fans, if you're watching, join us in the Geek
mm,
Pop Hobby Club ng Geek Side of Radio Online. That's our official Facebook group. You can share your live streams there when you're playing. If you have collectibles to sell, you can post it there. If you want to shout out or rant against a certain franchise na di mo nagustuhan yung movie adaptation mo, let's settle it there. We started with with Punisher versus Batman, ang haba ng thread.
oh yes,
Yeah.
Batman versus Punisher.
Yeah. All right. Sly Guy, one last question siguro before we go.
Yun. So one last question. So, what message do you have to all Star Wars fans who want to get into lightsaber dueling? Like, what's the very first thing that they have to do?
Well, number one, and I want to use this platform then to share my thoughts about the community. Star Wars community as a whole kasi are very passionate people. Star Wars community,
Mm,
and that goes both ways. No, so they're passionate to a fault that sometimes they really are very vocal about things that they don't like, and they get into some kind of
mm,
some kind of arguments and such. This one, so I just want to use this platform lang, guys. So Star Wars, to be very honest, it's a fantasy world that we subscribe to, that we have fun with and bond with. No, so that's how I see the Star Wars community is supposed to be. So let's
mm,
not be like the just want to voice our opinions,
mm,
regardless of what if other parties will be offended or such. So let's just have fun. No,
mm,
let's be courteous to each other and not try to you know really try to mess things up in the community.
Of course, of
So
mm,
course.
and this the Star Wars fans themselves would admit to this. The Star Wars community is one of the most toxic community in all of geekdom.
Oh, by
The
the
Star
way,
Wars.
speaking of community, Matthew CSB has just joined the Geek Pop Hobby Club Facebook group. Thank you
Hmm,
for joining, Matthew.
Thank you for joining. All right.
I've
hmm,
already approved your permission, and
nice.
you can now share your live streams there anytime. Pika
Nako,
Lozano, by the way, is an active live streamer for Geek Pop Hobby Club. Shoutouts to Pika.
I'm sure si Matthew will post his General Grievous post with where he has a lot of lightsabers tucked within his limbs. Tapos,
How does he do that? Does he have a costume with additional arms, or is there somebody
um
behind him who's?
Yung isa, I think nilagay niya sa likod ng shirt niya, gano'n. Then it's just kinda stuck like this one.
Ah, okay.
Tapos yung isa nilagay niya in between his legs, something like that. So, Yeah, so that's what I see in his posts. Eh. Pero yun, going back to the one that I was saying kanina, let's just have fun. Let's not try to
Mm.
bring down the community with all of the negativity. Diba? We have a
Mm.
lot of those already in real life, no. So let's not just bring it into the this fantasy world or this geek community that we're building where we're supposed to escape the toxicness of
Yes,
real
that's
life.
right.
So yun.
Yeah, so
So
don't mind the reviews about the movies, what the
oh,
actors are saying. Just enjoy
oh,
the
diba,
Yeah,
hobby
if you watch a movie like that, uh, it's not designed for the critics. It's designed for the target audience to
for the
enjoy,
fans.
not for
yeah,
the self-proclaimed movie making experts.
yeah. But yeah, if you didn't like the movie, yeah, I admit the sequel trilogy. I did not
Mhm,
like the sequel trilogy. But
mhm,
I don't go around and say, "Hey, this guy is at fault. This guy sucks," and such. It was
mm.
just not made properly. It's then it is what it is. Diba?
Yes, that's right.
It
It
is
is
what
what
it
it
is.
is. So
Then just move on.
just move on, enjoy.
Oh,
I
The
still
dark
love
side
Star
of the
Wars. Okay,
force.
regardless
oh,
of the movie was made, but
Sabi ni
I still love Star
Matthew,
Wars. I'm not gonna
sabi ni
okay
Matthew, the
ruin
dark side
the
of the force leads
experience.
to abilities some would
yeah,
consider unnatural.
natural. Yeah, yeah.
Unnatural.
Tapos
Darth
naka-caption yung picture niya.
Plagueis.
Very unnatural yung picture niya.
Unnatural din yung picture ni
Post mo sa
Darth
Geek Pop,
Plagueis.
Matthew.
Post mo yun, Matthew. Everyone will see that later.
By
Wala
the
naman
Now,
way,
na-see si Darth Plagueis eh. Yung the first Sith
Mr.
Lord.
Lightsaber guy, I hope maraming beses ka pa namin makasama.
ako,
It's been a
I'm
great episode.
I'm always I try to be available as much as possible. I do have a day job naman, pero yun nga. So for this weekends naman, I usually make the time to do content, or actually I also do content from time to time in different social media. But I'll talk to it about that later. I'll just want to answer then your question kanina on how people can go into this hobby. It's very
Mm.
simple, no. As long as you have that passion, as long as you have that interest in parang being in a community that loves these type of weapons, civilized weapons, no. So as
Mhm.
Obi-Wan would say, um you just being talk to me, talk to other people that are in the community, in the groups, know what's happening, know what products are in the market, know your budget as well. The sabers right now is, I don't want to say it's cheap. It's not. Diba?
Mm.
It still has a significant amount of money for you to invest, but it 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 has its value. So what you buy is what you get. So for the dual grade sabers, for me, if you buy it from me, it starts at around 4,500. I know that for some people,
Seriously? The
yeah,
dual sabers?
yeah.
Oh my! What about the solo saber? How much is the like if I want an Anakin blue saber with the sounds and
If it's an
everything?
Anakin design, we do have replicas na like this. Tama na. Segue to that one. If for the Star Wars fans, if you recognize this saber, this is a Qui-Gon Jinn replica
Yep.
lightsaber. This is no, this is Liam Neeson. No? So he holds this and he says, I don't have any money. What I do have. Ayun pala, ibang movie pala yan, sorry. Particular set of skills. Yeah,
Liam
yeah.
Neeson din siya.
Hindi. So yun. So mga replicas, so we do have that. And for the Anakins, for the Luke episode 4s, those are the more common ones. Starts around 15,000 all the way up depending on the community on the configuration. But if you want to start at around 4 or 5 for dual grade
Mm,
lightsabers. If you have the budget and if you have that interest in having this one. But the love of lightsabers does not require you to get a dual grade lightsaber. If you
mm.
have those plastic ones, I have a plastic one in my bedroom. Um, Hosama, Hosama, Hosama. So I have that one there for my kid to play. So the plastic one. Is that from the patch store with the
The
photon blade?
Photon Blade.
This one is the master queue from Patch Store. You're correct, but this is the
Mm,
version 1. This has been 4 years already old with me. I have done a lot of upgrades or a lot of modifications for this one. This has been my test bench. This has been my personal one. It has a lot of scratches already, but I like it. Gives it character. So yeah. So and this is a photon blade. So since you mentioned it, the photon blade is unlike your normal white blades. No, this
mm,
one illuminates green. It doesn't illuminate anything blue. When you
mm.
shine blue to this, it's always green.
Ayun.
And
So
because
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Right.
It really is a
yes, Qui-Gon
Qui-Gon Jinn
Jinn,
saber. It's
Qui-Gon Jinn saber.
green.
Kaya ko siya ganun. And
Right.
it's really bright. Pero yun nga, going back, you don't need a dual grade lightsaber to actually enjoy being in the lightsaber community. If you have a plastic one, if you have a toy one, if you have a cheap one, if you use it properly, if you have fun with it, go ahead. Uh, that's
Most
so
important thing is to enjoy.
yeah. So but yeah, but if you are interested, diba, the community is there. They're very nurturing guys. There are very senior guys as well that can actually introduce you to the community. When the meetups come in, you'll meet with a lot of great people in all walks of life. You have martial artists, you have veterinarians, you have lawyers, you have doctors that are into this. And what we do, we just meet up, do some activities, so calisthenics and such, eat together after. So
Mm,
it's really a
nice.
bond that we have, in the community. So if you want that, if you want that to be part of your life, to want if you want something that or a place that where you can share your passion and meet up with other great people, you're very welcome to join us in the dark side.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Once I get
Thank you
my
very
second
much.
dose, and once
Thank you
the
very much,
my
the
life event
lightsaber
would
guy.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you for having
already
me.
10, 12 p.m.
Oo nga.
Overtime na.
Yeah.
Time flies when
And,
you're having fun. All
Yeah.
right.
and your commitment was is only
Oh,
one
nice.
hour. So thank you for understanding.
Yeah.
after
No
all,
Yeah.
problem.
Pag 13
after
months,
all,
I'm gonna be contacting you. So get
ah,
ready for
then
that saver.
I
can I
won't be
plug lang?
surprised if your
Uh,
favorite game is
yeah, sure, sure,
Battlefront.
sure. Go ahead, go ahead.
Can I plug lang? Ano kasi we actually just opened our display store in Green Hills. So just last week actually.
Hmm.
Before kasi when we were doing this business, um there were communities that are meeting up. So I would recommend them to go to the meetups, have a feel of the product, diba? Take a swing with it, then decide. Diba? Now that it's not happening, people have been asking, "Where's your shop? Where can I see these things?" Such. So I partnered with a shop called Total Dibs in Shopsville in Green Hills. So I have a display there where you can see some of the available designs that we have, and you can actually purchase it from there already. There are stocks in there. So for those who are interested or in within the Manila area, you can go to Shopsville's third floor, north of the name of the store is Total Dibs. You can see
Mhm.
there's a signage there that says Saber Source already. You can see it prominently there. Then you can talk to the staff there and buy your own saber. But if you're not within Manila, if you want to just order online because of social distancing or whatever reason you have, you can
Mm,
just contact our Facebook page. We're all over the place. So we have a Facebook page, we have
mm,
an Instagram page, we have a YouTube channel, we have a TikTok channel. I even have a Twitter handle, but I don't go to Twitter that much, so not much on Twitter. So those four:
mm.
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm more active in TikTok now. Um, but
Ah, nice.
I I already I have established the YouTube channel to have some of the basic questions. So I have an FAQ there for called the Lightsaber 101 series. So if you want to learn or you want to know about the basics of lightsabers, you can watch that series on my YouTube channel. If you want to order, just message any of those channels. I usually reply naman within those channels questions. Even if you don't if you just want to ask questions, And I'm well. You're welcome to ask me any questions. I'll answer them. Naman.
All right, I just want to
All
say
right.
shout outs to one of my team members in the marketing department
Lawrence Olivares, what's up?
of the Walker Street mobile app. We're developing that together with the Sly Guy. It's a
Nice.
Filipino-made social media app. Huh? Okay, one last time for the mobile app. Baka hinihintay to ni Lawrence Olivares. Ilalabas ko lang.
Mhm.
Again, kapag nag-download po kayo at gagamitin niyo yung referral username, ay geeks hideout before you make your personal username. Okay, ang referral code po ninyo, geeks underscore hideout. Thank you very much, Lightsaber Guy.
Yeah.
And the other guy, Sly Guy.
Hey,
Yeah.
Uh,
What's up?
we deliver nationwide. So if you want it, you can send it.
Yeah,
of
anywhere.
course,
So
uh, post nyo sir sa Geek Pop
yeah.
Hobby Club yung details kung saan pa maka-order from you. Kung
Sure.
paano.
I'll join after
So
this one.
all Star Wars fans, paglabas ng 13-month alam na vis.
Oh, malapit na.
Yes.
Malapit na.
This has been
The force
David
is
Beat.
strong.
See you again, guys, tomorrow evening, same time, same Facebook page, with another special guest. Thank you, Sly Guy, and the Lightsaber Guy.
Yes, tomorrow we're gonna have Spider-Man. So yes, Spider-Man, No Way
Ooh.
Home.
Yeah. Good night, everyone, and see you
All
again
right. Good night,
tomorrow night.
everyone. See you
Might
guys.
get a
Bye.
Rival Pixel with 13
Oh,
market.
available yan. Available yan sa Green Hill
Revan
store. The
Pixel.
Revan. Yeah.
Oh, nice.